So let's start. What is an interview? An interview is a two-way process in which both parties in the process buy a revenue generation solution. So let's think about that. An interview is not about getting a job. What it's actually about is a process where the customer on this side is buying a revenue generation machine. And the candidate on this side is also buying a revenue generation machine. And both people, during that process, go through a purchase process mentally, psychologically, and emotionally. A client once pointed out to me a while ago, it was a great analogy he gave me. He said to me once, he said, the thing is, if I get this interview right, it's a lot of difference to me. And I said, what do you mean? And he said, well, think of it this way. Each of these sales guys driving around the country, I've got 10 people that work for me, and my OTE, my variable element, is another £100,000 on top of my basic salary. So each one mathematically is worth about £10,000 to me out on the road. If he succeeds, he makes me personally, I get another £10,000 of earnings next year. If he fails, I'm 10 grand down. So getting this hiring process right is the difference between Barbados and Benidorm. And I made a point to the client, I said, that's great, it's all about you, it's all about you. What about the candidate? And he said, that's absolutely great. And I accept that actually it's even bigger for him because it's the sole total of his earnings. But the point is, it's a selling process and I get sold to first because I'm the one that's buying. And the candidates that get the jobs are the ones who lock into what is actually fear. Clients are scared of getting it wrong in the same way that your customers are scared of making bad procurements and bad procurement decisions. So the first thing to understand is that the candidates that do really, really well in the interview process, they're the ones that lock into the fact that the person sat in front of them in the interview is making a mission-critical procurement decision upon which they will be judged, that could cost them their job if they get it wrong, that could get them promoted if they get it right, and is actually potentially worth a lot of money to them if they personally get it right. And equally, I often say the same thing to the clients, which is the clients that are most attractive to the candidates are the ones who lock into the fact that the candidates are playing for high stakes too. But to really succeed in the interview game, it's about really thinking, what's the other guy thinking? And that's what it is.